Every morning, before the world opens its eyes, a quiet battle begins. It's not fought with swords or shields, but in silence, within your own mind. The moment you wake up, two voices speak to you. One says, "Stay in bed. You deserve rest." The other whispers, "Get up. There's work to do." Most people listen to the first. They scroll, they delay, they drift through the morning half asleep, wondering later why their life feels the same. But a Stoic warrior, he listens to the second voice. He rises before the excuses, before the chaos, before the world starts demanding his attention, because he knows the first battle of the day is against himself. And victory there decides everything that follows. What the modern warrior looks like. You see, in the ancient world, warriors carried blades. Today we carry burdens, distractions, fears, comfort. The enemy isn't outside anymore. It lives in your habits, your comfort zone, your morning routine. That's why Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, leader of men, wrote in his private journal, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I am rising to do the work of a human being.'" He was reminding himself that the greatest victory is not over nations, but over the self. To start your day like a Stoic warrior is to start with that mindset. To see each sunrise not as routine, but as a summons to strength. Why mornings define you. How you begin your day shapes everything that comes after. If you start scattered, you chase the day. If you start centered, the day chases you. Think about it. Every time you've had a bad morning, when you woke up late, scrolled endlessly, rushed out the door, didn't the whole day feel off balance? And every time you started calm, disciplined, intentional, didn't the world somehow move slower, clearer, more under your control? That's not coincidence. That's philosophy in action. That's Stoicism in motion. The true enemy. Your enemy each morning isn't time. It isn't work. It's the voice inside that says, "You can do it later." That voice has destroyed more dreams than failure ever did. The Stoics knew this. They saw self-control as the foundation of freedom. Because if you cannot command yourself, the world will command you. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And nowhere is that mastery tested more than in the first moments after waking up. Philosophical transition, the Stoic warrior's morning. So how does a Stoic warrior begin his day? He doesn't wake up hoping the day goes well. He wakes up prepared to face whatever it brings. He doesn't ask for peace, he builds it. He doesn't wait for motivation, he acts without it. Each morning is a training ground. Each sunrise is a test. And the warrior treats that test with reverence. He rises slowly, deliberately. He breathes before he speaks. He thanks the universe for the chance to live one more day in accordance with reason and virtue. He doesn't rush to his phone because the Stoic warrior knows the mind that begins in chaos will remain in chaos. Wake with purpose. When your alarm rings, rise immediately. Don't negotiate with yourself. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "When you have trouble getting out of bed, remember, your nature is to work, to do what you were made for. You were not made to consume. You were made to create. You were not born to waste your mornings. You were born to own them." The Stoic warrior doesn't ask, "Do I feel like it?" He acts from duty, not emotion. Because purpose is not found in feeling, it's found in doing. When you rise on time, you've already won your first battle. and the first victory of the day gives strength to win the next. Begin with stillness. Before you reach for your phone or your to-do list, reach for silence. Sit down. Close your eyes. Breathe. Inhale discipline. Exhale distraction. This is the Stoic's armor, stillness before battle. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." When you wake and immediately drown your mind in noise, notifications, headlines, endless scrolling, you hand over your peace before you've even earned it. But when you begin with stillness, you reclaim your attention. You start your day on purpose, not by accident. This stillness doesn't have to be long, even 5 minutes will do. 5 minutes to center yourself. 5 minutes to remember. You control your mind, not the other way around. Train your body, sharpen your mind. The Stoic warrior knows that the body and mind are connected. When one weakens, so does the other. So he moves, not to look good, but to be capable. Marcus Aurelius trained daily, even as emperor, because he knew physical discipline sharpens the spirit. You don't need a gym, just movement, push-ups, stretches, walking in silence. Each rep is a declaration. I am stronger than my comfort. The Stoic warrior doesn't chase motivation. He builds momentum, because action itself is the cure for weakness. Reflect before you act. Before stepping into the world, the warrior pauses. He asks himself one question: how will I live today? With virtue or with excuses? This reflection turns an ordinary morning into a sacred ritual. He thinks of 3 virtues: wisdom, to see things clearly; courage, to face them as they are; temperance, to stay balanced no matter what happens. And with that clarity, he steps into his day. Because once you've grounded yourself in virtue, nothing the world throws at you can break your inner calm. The modern battle. Picture this. You wake up late, check your phone, scroll for 30 minutes, rush through breakfast, and start your day anxious and distracted. By noon, you're already tired. Not because the day is hard, but because your mind never found stillness. Now picture the opposite. You wake on time. You breathe. You move. You reflect. No chaos. No rush. Just control. That second version of you isn't luckier. He's just disciplined. He's living like a Stoic warrior, calm in a world that worships distraction. The power of repetition. You might think, it's just a morning. How much could it matter? But a Stoic would say everything, because your mornings aren't just habits. They're statements. They reveal who you are and who you're becoming. Each morning you conquer, you grow stronger. Each one you waste, you feed your weakness. Seneca wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it. Use your mornings. Don't surrender them to comfort." The Stoic mindset through the day. Starting your day like a Stoic warrior isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. If something interrupts your plan, don't complain. Adapt. If someone frustrates you, don't react. Observe. If the day doesn't go as expected, don't curse it. Accept it and move forward anyway. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That's the Stoic code. Every obstacle is fuel. Every inconvenience is training. Every morning is a new test. The meaning of the morning battle. Think about what that means for you. Every time you rise when you don't want to, you are forging character. Every time you reject comfort, you are sharpening your spirit. Every time you greet the morning with purpose, you are building peace. This is not motivation. This is mastery. You're not trying to become a morning person. You're becoming the kind of person who rises regardless of circumstance. That is the Stoic warrior, unshaken, consistent, ready. The gift of dawn. Each sunrise is a reminder. You have been given one more chance to live with honor. The Stoics would begin their day with gratitude, not for wealth or pleasure, but for existence itself. They knew every dawn could be their last, so they made each one count. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." The Stoic warrior rises not because life is easy, but because life is worth it. He knows that time is slipping away moment by moment, and the greatest tragedy is to sleep through it. The call to action. Tomorrow morning, when your alarm rings, remember this moment. Remember that you are the first test of the day. Remember that discipline is freedom, and each dawn is a chance to practice it. Start your day like a Stoic warrior. Rise early. Move with purpose. Think clearly. Act calmly. Because the man who controls his morning controls his life.